Hi, I'm Stephanie Jaworski of joeybaking.com. Today we're going to make a cherry pound cake, and this is what it looks like. This cake has a moist and dense texture with a sweet and buttery flavor and a soft and tender crumb. And we're going to fill it with some red and green candied cherries, so it's a perfect Christmas dessert. So the first thing that you will need to do is to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 180 degrees Celsius. And then you will need a loaf pan. This one is 8.5 by 4.5 by 3 inches deep, which is 21.5 by 11.5 by 7.5 centimeters. And you can either butter the inside of your pan or spray it with one of those non-stick sprays. I'm going to butter mine because we're doing a pound cake. Why not add a little more butter? So what I did is just melted a little butter, and I'm using a pastry brush to butter bottom and the sides. Make sure you get into those corners. We don't want it sticking. And then once I've got that done, what I like to do is take just a little piece of parchment paper, put it onto the bottom. That'll make sure that, our cake doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. And then I'm just going to lightly butter that. Okay. So now, to make our pound cake, if you have a stand mixer like I have here, use your paddle attachment, or you could use a hand mixer as well. The method we're using is a little different than most cakes that you make, where you put first the butter, then the sugar, then the eggs, then the flour. Kind of doing it the opposite. We're going to add the dry ingredients first. And we're doing this type of mixing method because it gives our pound cake that really soft, tender, almost melt in your mouth crumb, which I just love. So the first thing you will need is 1 1/3 cups of, which is 175 grams, of all-purpose flour, plain flour. But first, before I put it in there, I'm just going to take like a heaping tablespoon of flour, and I'm just going to remove that because I am going to add that to our candied cherries later, and we'll talk about that. But anyways, just take out about a tablespoon and then put the rest in there. And then add 3/4 of a cup, which is 150 grams of granulated white sugar. I'm using organic cane sugar. That's why it's not quite white. It's off-white, so either one. And then we're adding 1 teaspoon, 4 grams of baking powder, just to give our cake a little bit of a lift. Get that powder out of there. And just 1/4 teaspoon, 1/4 teaspoon, which is 1 gram of, I'm using a fine kosher salt. You could just use a table salt. So what I'm going to do is just, on low speed, just mix that together. You could just do it with your hand or with a wire whisk. There we go. And now what we're going to do, excuse me, I'll just move that out of the way, is to add 3/4 of a cup, which is 170 grams of butter. I'm using unsalted butter. I prefer to regulate the salt in my recipes. That's why I use unsalted, plus I like the flavor. But if you wanted to use salted butter, by all means you could. And then I would just leave out that 1/4 teaspoon of salt that I added. So it is very important that your butter be at room temperature. I cut it into chunks, and quite soft, as you can see. I can put my finger. That's how you want it, so it mixes in easily into our flour. So remember to take your butter out. Probably find probably a couple hours, an hour or two, depends on how warm your kitchen is. So now what I'm going to do is mix the butter into the flour on low speed just until the flour gets moistened, and it's going to get kind of mealy. Actually, it kind of looks like wet sand. It kind of feels like wet sand because of the sugar. And it will start to clump. So it won't take very long, maybe less than a minute. Okay. Whether you can see that. So it's starting to clump. If I feel it, it does feel like wet sand. So it took maybe a minute. So now what we're going to do, again, low speed, we're going to add 3 large eggs, which is 150 grams out of the shell. Have your eggs at room temperature. And we're going to add one at a time on low speed. Add one. When that's mixed in, add the next one and the next one. Okay, that looks good. You want to, sure, it's nice and smooth and all incorporated. Give it a good scrape, sides, and don't forget the bottom. So now what we're going to do is we're going to beat this on medium-high speed for 1 minute. Have your timer. And that's going to develop the structure of our pound cake. So, medium-high, 1 minute. Okay, we are done. If you were using a hand mixer, I might mix it just a little more than a minute, because they're not as powerful as like a stand mixer, so maybe 1.5 minutes, just until, I'll show you. See, it's quite thick now. That's how you want it to be. So. Okay, so now I'm going to add our flavoring. I'm adding 1 teaspoon, 4 grams of pure vanilla extract, along with, I like a little almond flavor. So I'm adding just 1/4 teaspoon, 1 gram of pure almond extract. It's clear in color, so it doesn't look like I'm putting anything in there. If you wanted, that will just give you a real subtle almond flavor. If you didn't want an almond flavor, just leave it out. If you wanted a little stronger, you could add about 1/2 teaspoon. But you know, almond extract is really strong, so you have to be careful when you're using that. And now I'm also adding 3 tablespoons, 40 grams of milk. Have your milk, again, at room temperature. You want all your ingredients at room temperature. If you can use a full fat, of course, to add, you know, richer flavor, or a reduced fat. I don't really like to use a fat-free because it's just like water, so at least use a reduced fat. So I'm just going, again, on low speed, beat that in. Okay. Now this is a great pound cake recipe. So if you didn't want to add anything to it, you could just bake it off just like this. It's wonderful. But I love candied cherries, I'll admit it. So I am going to, and especially for the Christmas season, red, green, just perfect. So I am adding 1 cup, which is 200 grams of candied cherries. I'm using the red and the green. I mean, you could use one or the other. And this is how they come. Candied cherries are cherries that are in a sugar syrup. They're very sticky. They're very sweet, have a chewy texture to them. I tend to, because they are very sweet, so what I do is I first put them in a strainer and rinse them off with water to get rid of all that extra sugar syrup. You don't have to do that, but you know, then you just get more the cherry taste than that sugar syrup. So that's what I do, and then I dry them really well, and then I chop them up fairly fine. The problem, and I've had this, and hopefully I've cut my cherries small enough. The batter is thick, but not that thick. So you want to cut your cherries fairly fine so that they don't sink down to the bottom of the cake. I know some people, I personally don't mind that if that actually, when I was testing it the first time, it did. So then I thought I better chop my cherries smaller. Really, it's no big deal. Besides, maybe you don't like the look. So don't panic. It's still edible if that happens. And you'll just know next time, chop them smaller. So hopefully I'll chop them small enough. But one way you can prevent things from falling down to the bottom is to toss them with a little bit of the flour that we took out. So just put that right in there. I know some people don't like candied cherries, so if you don't, you could use like just other dried fruits, you know, maybe dried cherries, cranberries, nuts. I mean, you could really, or you could use, some people like the candied peel, like orange or lemon peel, you could use that. But you know what? My mom used to always make this cake when I was little, and I have a fondness for it, so cherries it is today. So just give it a real good toss, and we'll cross our fingers. So I'm just going to dump it right in there. Oh, if there's any excess flour, just try to put that in there too. And I'm just going to beat that in, low speed. Okay, and we are done. As you can see, this type of pound cake, or really just pound cakes, are pretty easy to make, and man, are they good. Okay, so now, let's give that a good stir, make sure it's all mixed in, and put it right in here. Okay. There we go. And then with the back of a spoon or offset spatula, just spread it out here. Now pound cakes, they're very dense textured and a lot of good stuff in there. So they do take a while to bake. I'm going to say somewhere around 60 to 65 minutes. You know, everybody's oven's a little different, so I would even check it around 55 probably. Just to, you don't want to over bake it. So 60 to 65. Now it will rise, it will turn a beautiful golden brown. You will, so don't panic, you will get a crack down the center of the cake. That is perfectly normal. When it's done, you will just start to see the cake pull away from the sides of the pan. I do like to rotate about halfway front to back. And there is a tendency for this to get quite brown. If you're baking it and maybe around the 40-minute mark, you think, okay, that's brown enough for me, then what you do is just take a piece of foil and just put it over the top like that. And that will prevent it, I mean, it'll still bake, but it'll prevent it from browning even more. So I'm going to say 60 to 65 minutes. Oh, did I say toothpick inserted into the center will come out clean? Okay, our cherry pound cake is done. Doesn't that look gorgeous? As you can see, it has that crack down the center. It's risen, beautiful golden brown. Toothpick inserted into the center, came out clean, and it's just starting to pull away from the sides of the pan. So what you want to do is let this cool, I would say about 15 minutes in the pan on a wire rack, and then take it out of the pan. To do that, you want to first run either just a knife or an offset spatula around the inside and then take it out of the pan. And do that. We're going to let it cool down to room temperature, and when we come back, we will try a slice. So I let the pound cake cool down to room temperature. Now, when it's freshly baked that first day, the outside crust is going to be kind of crisp, but once you cover it and store it overnight, you will notice it softens quite a bit. So, cut a slice here. Okay, so there we have it. Isn't that pretty? Let's cut one more slice. There we go. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Some people like the end with a lot of crust. I'll save that for someone else. I want this one with all the cherries, lots of cherries. I love pound cake. This is a really good pound cake. It's dense. You can see the texture is quite dense, but it's soft, it's moist, and a really tender crumb. Kind of, whoop. Carrie likes pound cake. Jumps up. Really nice flavor. You have the lemon. I can just a hint of the almond extract. And of course, I like the cherries. I do like candied cherries. Nice, they're kind of chewy, good taste, sweet, a little sweet, not really sweet, because we did rinse off all that sugar syrup. Now, you can cover and store this at room temperature, probably, 3-4 days, or if you put it into the refrigerator, it'll last about a week. You could also freeze it for a couple months. And I like it. I mean, it's good room temperature. I like it cold from the fridge, actually. And I used to do, when I was a kid, I used to butter my pound cake, as if there isn't enough butter in the pound cake, but I used to butter that. I don't do that anymore. So anyways, you must try this. And until next time, I'm Stephanie Jaworski of joybaking.com.